Hello, it's the Imperfect Gardener here, and I am really excited about showing you how to till your garden. I have my rototiller over here behind me, and what I'm going to do, I'm setting this up hopefully so you can see with the camera very well. I just want to demonstrate the difference when you start rototilling. If you are doing it nicely, you're going at a nice smooth pace, and your tiller isn't popping up all the time. If you're popping up all the time, it means you're kind of pushing into it too hard, and you push in too hard, try to make it go too fast, it's going to pop up over the dirt, and then you have to come back down and dig into it again. You're going to be doing a lot more work, and you have to hold it really tight when you're doing that, that way. What I have learned is I didn't know that my first year, now I do, you do your tiller on a nice even keel, and it kind of pulls itself through the dirt and works its way along. The other thing people wonder about tilling is how deep do you till? I think it depends on your garden, depends on your soil. I don't have clay or anything under my soil. I have beautiful soil. It's nice and deep. I don't care how deep I dig it. I just dig it along. It seems like it's good enough. It's probably about 4 inches, maybe 6 inches deep. I'm doing it, I suppose. It's worked for me every year, so I don't worry about it. I don't measure how deep I go. I just go at the rate that seems to make sense. Digs up a bunch of earth, and it makes it really easy to work with. So I'm going to show you how to do it, and I'm going to demonstrate first doing it the right way, and then in a minute you'll see I'm going to show you how to go around a corner too real easily, and then I'm going to show you if it's popping up, that's the wrong way, how you're supposed to not do it, okay? Sometimes it pops up when you're doing it right, but most of the time it doesn't, so you don't really want it to pop up. The other thing I was going to say before I did that was I like to do one time around my whole garden or around a square first, do the edges with the rototiller, straighten down the edges, so that way when I'm coming back with the tiller, it's really easy to turn around the corners, or as you're coming up one row and then you turn and go up the next row. It's really easy to turn if you've already got one section that's just tilled all the way down the edge and you don't have to feel like you're missing something. Then you can just let the rototiller pull itself around the corner and you're not having to muscle it so much. So let's see if I can let you have a look at it if you want to see. times where it was popping up, popping up, and popping up. That's not easy to do. It took a lot more of my muscles when it's popping up like that. So you keep it down. I actually have the nose of it it's like you're keeping the nose the tiniest bit lower than the rest of it, and then it digs into the earth for you and pulls you along. It takes time. You have to be patient to do it, unless you want to use tons of muscles. You still use your muscles when you're trying to be patient with it. You still use your muscles, but it takes less hard muscle work if you are just going nice and straight and even instead of trying to rush through it. So going slower, it pulls itself along more than if you go too fast, okay? I want to show you my garden so far. Dun, 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 dun. I know it's going to be shaky, sorry. Oop. So, what I have over here, I can't turn around while you're doing it. You can see the garden, I hope, over here. That's part of it on the one side. Then I'm going to swing backwards. Now I have this whole end down here that I have been working on tilling. I've already got half of it tilled, maybe a little over half. And I'm going to try to finish up. The other important thing about gardening and tilling is make sure that your garden soil is damp. So like 3 or 4 days ago, I really wanted to till, but when I tried to do it, I found that it was not wet enough. If the ground isn't cutting up nice or digging up nice, if it's really hard, it's often because it's not wet. So you have to wait till it rains. So it rained yesterday, a nice rain yesterday, so I knew today would be a good day to get out there and work on it. And so I'm tilling my garden today, and the soil's nice and soft. It's not soaking wet, but it's wet enough that it's softer to work through with the rototiller. So that is how you till your garden. If you're worried about getting really straight rows, honestly, all you need is just a point of reference. So I have this point of reference is my fence back here. It's actually a neighbor's fence. Hey, if I'm perpendicular to that fence, then I'm going pretty straight rows. And that's all that really matters. Your rows don't have to be perfect. But I know I'm headed towards the fence. I'm going straight. And you just keep going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. The other tip that I was going to add was I am doing my rows, just so you can see it. My garden goes this way. When I plant my rows, I do it north, south, so that they get more sun. And by doing it that way, when I rototill it, I make sure I'm tilling it the same way that I want my rows going, because then it's easier to rake the soil into these raised beds that I do. When I say raised beds, I don't mean with wood all around them. I mean just raking the soil up so that it's about, 3 inches or 4 inches higher than normal. And that is going to give you these nice taller beds for your things to grow in. And then in between, you'll have these lower rows. I'll show you that later on when I do it. All right, thanks. Have a fun gardening.